Hi, I'm Michelle Lee. I'm a food TV producer, an avid home cook, and also an ex-chef. So during this whole COVID-19 situation, when Singapore was going through the circuit breaker, I decided to start a home-based business called tinkerfun.homemade on my Instagram. How this actually came about was because I'm from the TV industry and everything just came to a complete standstill. So there was no jobs, we didn't have any engagements, no gigs happening. So that's when I decided that, hey, I actually needed to do something to bring in some money. Since I was actually cooking already every day for the family, I thought maybe why not try to make some money out of that. Hence, I started a new Instagram account called tinkerfun.homemade and started to sell bajang as my very, very first product, right? And then I went on to sell some of my experiments, like lamb shanks and beef ribs. The take on was actually quite good. And it all started off with a lot of support from friends and family. It was thanks to them, and then they started to gift to their friends and their family, and it started to grow from there. It's definitely a trying period. Up till now, it still is. And I think it's a point in time where we all try to do what we can and what we know and try to make the best out of it. The other thing that I started doing during circuit breaker was also to put myself in front of the camera. All my life as a TV producer, it has always been behind the camera, and being in front of the camera is something that is completely new, slightly uncomfortable, I must say, but that's when people started to ask if I wanted to do Facebook Live, if I wanted to do some cooking demonstrations, webinars, to give cooking tips and hacks, sessions. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? I think this is a time that we can all take the opportunity to reinvent ourselves. So a lot of people ask me, how did I actually start cooking? I started cooking when I was in uni. I did uni in Perth, and it was a time where, hey, you don't have a choice, you just kind of got to survive. And besides actually just eating instant noodles, I really missed home-cooked food. I missed the food in Singapore, and that's what actually started me on my cooking journey and my love for cooking. So it was very intimidating, I must say, when I first started, because going into a kitchen, it's almost like a new experience. If you have not been there before, what should I do with this? Some people might even find the fire to be scary, turning on the fire, the stove. Or how should I season? Should I actually season with feel, or should I actually follow the recipe, like 1 teaspoon means 1 teaspoon? So a lot of question goes into cooking that people might find like, maybe forget it, I don't even want to try, I should just do a takeaway or delivery. Especially during this COVID-19 period, I think a lot of us are under a lot of pressure, whether it is financial pressure, whether it's pressure from being at home all the time and not actually being able to go out. Cooking could be another way where we feel that we can contribute to the family, or actually giving ourselves another new skill. Cooking can be something that is really, really easy, and it can be very simple, especially when we actually have a budget constraint, or family pressure, or any sort of other challenges that we might be facing right now. Something that I always keep true to is to keep it simple. When you keep it simple, you don't overcomplicate things. You can actually get really good, delicious food, and at the same time, it doesn't have to be expensive as well. You can actually keep to a very low budget, getting good recipes. You'll be surprised. We have a wide range of food that is available to us, whether it's a hawker center where it's very affordable. We also have the mid-range bistros in the malls, and of course we have the high-end fine dining restaurants. But as compared to all of that, cooking at home can actually save us even more money. Some people might question, when you actually go to the supermarket or when you go to the market to buy for one meal, right, the total cost actually comes up to a lot more than if you go to the hawker center to do a takeaway, for example. If I'm actually going to buy a chicken rice, for example, it costs me $4. But if I'm actually going to make a chicken rice at home, all the ingredients would actually cost me a lot more. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to cook it myself when I can get it cheaper and I don't have to wash and I don't have to spend the time? Now, my answer to that would be, when you actually go to the market to buy all these ingredients, you're not just cooking for that one meal, you're not just cooking for yourself. That $20 spent can actually stretch you out for actually a few meals and feed your whole entire family. So if you think about it, you do that math and you do that division, it actually works out to a lot cheaper. So if you're planning to start on your cooking journey, I invite you to join me in the next video where I'm actually going to go through with you how to start your kitchen, how to start a very basic pantry just to get you going.